We all have regrets. Major League Baseball teams have more than a few, as Major League teams often bite off more than they can chew when they sign a player to a long-term contract. Teams believe when they sign a player to a big contract that they'll receive a great return on their investment each passing season. They couldn't be more wrong. The likelihood that players perform at the same level each season is nearly impossible. The following are the worst contracts in MLB history. When Chan-Ho Park became a free agent after the 2001 season, the Texas Rangers jumped on the opportunity to sign him. The Korean right-hander signed a 5-year deal worth $65 million. Park joining the Rangers fell way short of expectations. In 2002, in his first season with the team, he recorded only 9 wins, maintaining an ERA of 5.75. The remaining years of Park's contract were filled with injuries. The next 3 years in Texas, Park went on to win only 13 games while holding an ERA around 6. Rather than continuing to pay ace money to a marginal starter, the Rangers shipped Park to the Padres for first baseman Phil Nevin before the 2005 trade deadline, along with money for the pitcher's remaining salary. Nick Swisher has always been known for his fun personality. After his contract with the Yankees ended, he charmed the Cleveland Indians into giving him a massive 4-year deal. In Swisher's second season with the Indians, he batted .208, playing in 97 games due to rampant injuries. Swisher's power diminished as well, hitting only 8 home runs and bringing in 42 RBIs. The Yankees have always competed with their division rival, the Boston Red Sox. In 2007 they competed for the signing of Japanese pitcher Kellaw, who signed with the Yankees on a 5-year deal. The deal was similar to Red Sox's Japanese pitcher Daisuke Matsuzaka's deal, who was signed by the Red Sox on a 6-year deal. In addition to Igawa's contract, the Yankees also paid over $26 million for the bidding rights to sign the Japanese left-hander. In his first season, Igawa had a record of 4-3 and an ERA of 6.25, constantly being knocked around by opposing lineups. Igawa then mired in the Yankees minor league system, where they tinkered with his delivery and mechanics. He made one more unsuccessful start in 2008 and spent 3 more years in the minors, collecting millions, before returning to pitch in Japan. The Yankees have made a few appearances on this list, and Alex Rodriguez's deal is one contract I'm sure they'd love to rescind. In 2008, the Yankees signed Rodriguez to the largest contract in professional sports history at the time, at $275 million over 10 years. The contract would pay the 3-time MVP into his early 40s. In 2009, Rodriguez helped the Yankees to their 27th World Series championship. Since then, Rodriguez has had multiple season-ending injuries and has been in the media more than on the field. Signing a pitcher to a deal longer than 6 years is a bit much. Signing a pitcher to 8 years is downright ridiculous. The Colorado Rockies showed how daring they were in 2001 when they signed Mike Hampton to an 8-year deal with the largest salary in baseball history at the time. In Hampton's 2 seasons with the Rockies, he won 21 out of the 62 games that he started. After 2 miserable seasons, the Rockies ate some of the money and unloaded Hampton on the Atlanta Braves in a 3-team deal. Players who are overpaid can be a burden on a team when they perform poorly. This was something the Phillies didn't take into consideration when they signed closer Jonathan Papelben to a 4-year $50 million contract. Papelben earned close to 40 saves each year, but the Phillies paid the all-star closer to basically finish games, falling way short of the postseason almost every year. The Yankees signed Pavano to a multi-year deal in 2005 after a successful stint with the Florida Marlins. Earning nearly $10 million a season, Pavano had big expectations to meet. Pavano's time with the Yankees can be classified as non-existent. In the 4 years with the organization, Pavano won only 9 games and held an ERA well over 4. Pavano missed the entire 2006 season and a majority of the 2007 season after opting into getting Tommy John surgery. It's a risk to sign a player in their mid-30s to a large contract. In 1998, the Los Angeles Dodgers took a huge gamble signing 34-year-old Kevin Brown to a 7-year deal. Brown's first few seasons in LA weren't that bad, as he won more than 10 games each season and maintained an ERA below 3.00. After the 2002 season, Brown began to fall apart. The veteran pitcher faced multiple injuries and, in 2004, Brown was traded to the New York Yankees. It was puzzling when outfielder Jason Bay left a hitter-friendly ballpark in Boston to come to Citi Field to play for the Mets. Then it became obvious: money. Bay signed a 4-year, $66 million contract with the Mets to be their everyday left fielder. In his first season, he appeared in only 95 games due to constant injuries. The following season he appeared in 112 games, but hit only 12 home runs and 57 RBIs, falling way short of expectations. Bay was plagued by a variety of injuries and found himself in an outfield platoon in 2012. Mets negotiated an early termination in November 2012 that simply deferred some of $21 million still owed him. It's strange to think that Bobby Bonilla would be on this list. He was never a superstar who put up big caliber numbers. It was in fact the mistake of Mets team ownership which has forced them to pay the outfielder $1.19 million a year through 2035. After the 1999 season, Bonilla was still owed nearly $6 million by the Mets. He and his agent made an agreement with Mets owner Fred Wilpon. Bonilla wouldn't take salary for a decade and in 2011 would be paid nearly $30 million over a span of 25 years. Wilpon agreed to the deal because in 1999, instead of paying Bonilla, he had invested a large sum of the organization's money with Bernie Madoff, who ended up running a massive Ponzi scheme.